Well, hello and welcome back. We are continuing our series of tutorials that are really crossing lines here between Python and MySQL. Last time around, we finished up. I was just dealing with a little bit of a synchronization bug on the columns. And it turned out that what I had was I was actually calling the sync columns. I had that twice. And the first time I was calling it, I had the two databases reversed, which doesn't help very much. It actually was throwing it off quite a bit. So it was just one of those little things, particularly when you're running a script like this, you want to make sure that you understand what your source and your destination is. This time around, because one of the things that we bailed out on before is we bailed out on indexes when we were looking at the columns. So I want to actually take that one specifically. I want to make that its own little thing. So let's see, when we did, let's do missing columns. And we're going to basically copy and paste this because we're going to turn it around. And this is going to be missing indexes. And we're going to get the same thing here. Let's see, missing columns, we don't need that. I don't think we're going to return it this time. I don't think there's a need for that. And then instead, let's see, so I don't need that missing columns thing. I don't need it here. Well, actually, let's do it that way. Let's keep it that way. So we'll do this the same way. Is what we're going to do is we're going to return the missing indexes. And we will build all of our SQL together. And then when we're done, we'll go through and execute it because it may take a second anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the missing columns way down here. I don't need that run twice. I'm not sure why I had that. Let's see. So this is going to be, call this IDXs, and this could be missing indexes. And I'll show you that's IDXs and IDXs. We'll call it IDX. We'll go ahead and print it because we can. There we go. Oh, except for the, oh, that is a command, but that's all right. We'll do it this way. Okay, so that gets us started on it because now we want to go back up here and we're going to look at this missing indexes. So actually right now, first, let's not, we're just going to quit right here because we're going to get our missing indexes. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to come in here, and instead of the describe, we are going to use show indexes. And it's the same thing, or show indexes from, and we're still going to have that table. So show indexes from. And what I want to do here is, let's see, I'm going to do that for both of these. I'm going to call it, well, let's clean it up. So we're going to call it the IDX query instead of the COL query. And let's see, so there's our cursors, source IDX with an S, destination IDX with an S, destination name, so it's going to be, column index in destination indexes, and then let's call IDX, and then this is going to be for column row in, let's do this, we'll do this. We'll call it IDX row. Now that's in source IDXs. And then we're going to come in here, and that's going to be the IDX row. Let's do it this way. So everywhere we have call row, COL role, we're going to change that over. Yeah, I know it's taking a little time. I apologize. So now this part, let's just get rid of this thing completely, because what we want to do is we'll come back, because this is going to be basically, this is going to be a create index. And we know we need to do create index. And it's going to be, let's see, plus name. And let's call, yeah, let's call it that. Create that. And we will go ahead and use our little things here just in case it's something weird. So we're going to create that index on, and then we're going to have to add the table. Whoops. And then this is going to be, we're going to need the column name. And it looks something like that. So if we go look at a create index example, we can see here, I'm just going to snag one just so you can sort of see what it looks like, just for a reminder. And this one's actually an example that is a multi-column, but basically we need this create index. We give it the index name on whatever the table, and then in parentheses it's going to be the column. And so in this case, we're going to assume a single column. But first, let's see, so now we're coming through here. I think we have, let's do this first. Let's just come through for each one. That's for destination indexes. And I'm not even sure, so let's just do it this way, because it's going to be easier as opposed to running through. So when we do a show indexes, we get something a little more complicated than what we've seen before. So what we see here is in 0 is going to be the table name. So what we need to do, what we're going to need to do here is we're going to have to match the, actually, I guess we can do it by the, see, so it doesn't give us the index name because it's a primary key. Let's go look at that real quick and let's see if we can get show indexes. I want to see, and it's not going to give me the actual index name. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to have to compare, and it's going to be that I want the table and the column name. Actually, this is probably be a combo of stuff. So actually, let's just take the whole thing. So if we look at destination, whoops, we're just going to take the whole thing. So we're going to take call IDX, and we're just going to compare the entire array because it should be the same. Anything that's different, we're going to have to rebuild, basically. And so now we're going to come in here, and then we're going to say the name is equal to, let's do this. So it'll be that, it'll be table name plus, let's do column name, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. IDX row 4. Because this is in the, yeah, so this will be from there. And we need to know if, let's see if this will work. IDX row is not in destination names, then I'm going to print it. So let's just see how this works. And I'm not going to make any real changes here. So let's go play with that for a second. So seeing what we've got, now if we run it somewhere in here, all right, it's going to blow up a little bit because, because we're doing something here. Oh, here. We're doing this little creation, which we don't need. We don't need the column type. We're going to print the row. So column name is, let's do this. That's COL name. And we need an actual name. Oh, I'm sorry. Whoops. We want the name, and the column name is going to be equal to IDX4. And we're just going to keep the same name. So let's see what we kick out here. So doing this, we're going to come in and we're going to see this here. Okay, so we've got one that's not in the target. And we can see, oh, actually quite a few are not in the target. And it's not printing out my rows. Okay, so let's go look at this real quick. What did we do? Okay, those columns are not, oh, here we go. So here's where I step into it. So I'm going to see, here's all of my indexes that are in source. And I can see that all of those are not in the target. And then, so for each one of those, like it says here, it says that this thing does not exist in my target. So let's go try that one real quick. So let's take a look at that, create index. Whoops, let's do it this way. So he's address, T1 ID. What I want to do, I'm going to change this to be that name. Where do I create the name? When I create the name on that, I want it to be, here we go. I'm going to add an underscore just because I can. So it'll make this look a little better. Instead of this address T underscore 1, it'll be address underscore T1. So let's just do that real quick. So now let's create that index and see if I go over here and I create this index. Let's clean all this other crap out. Oops. I'm going to use tutorial. Okay, so it allowed me to create that. And so I should see on most of these, I'm going to see indexes. And I don't think I had any multiples. So let's go ahead and try this. Let's first run this again. And now we're going to see that it's still not matching up. So here we have address. So I need to say, let's see. So is that right? So it's saying that this row does not exist here. So what I want to do here is I'm going to do, so I'm probably going to have to get deeper into this. And so let's just do it this way. So now when I come through, it's saying that that row does not exist, but it does. Oh, no, it doesn't. So it's because of that value, right? Let's see, address primary, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not sure what that is. So if we do, let's go back into that. Let's look at that and see what that 3 is. So see, I created that one, and I also have this. So there's a cardinality to it, so I can probably get rid of that. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to have to get a little more complicated in this, is I'm going to have to build out a combo, which is going to be, let's see, in destinations, what I need to do is I want to do, I'm going to call this row string, and he's going to be equal to, or she, I don't want to misgender it, call it index 0, which is going to be the table, plus the, let's do the key name, which is 2. And really, we should be able to do those, because if we're in a table, Oh, and this is in the same table, so we know it's going to be the same table. So really, I just need that. So I can probably do that. Let's do that. Let's see. Let's just do it this way. Name equals. And, oh, wow, let's simplify it quite a bit. So maybe I can get away with it using the key name. And then, let's see. So here, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say if the name, here, name equals to row 2, or column 2 again, and if name is not in destination names, then I'm going to do that. So now let's see what it looks like. Oh. And if we run it, we're going to see here, so it's going to say that, hey, this doesn't exist. Oh, let me print out SQL. Print table SQL. Now let's look at it. So if we see here, so I've got this guy exists, or it says it's not the same. The primary is there, and it's because I built this one here, which may mean I have do I have those two swapped again on me? No, missing indexes. dbc2. Let's go look up here. So now let's look at missing index. So here, let's combine these two. I maybe don't have much. I want to do. Let's do name and names. Let's see. So there we go. So if name is not in name, which it says it's not, oh, and so it's off of type ID. Okay, that makes sense. The other one is showing up, so we should be good. It's interesting that it's giving me that type ID. Let me go back to mine. I may have miscounted on my, oops. Let's try this again. And we'll, one more time. There we go. So if I see the indexes, key name should be 2. So those should be my two names. Those are my two names. But he's coming in and he's saying to create an index which should not occur. I wonder if we got some extra prints in here. Let's do this. Let's see, it's missing columns. Okay. So we're just going to do this real quick. We're going to do a start missing index. If we do main, okay. So the first thing we come into here, we do missing index, is type ID. And it's saying that that doesn't exist in the, so the two lists it built, sync column, oh, so that means it's not there. Okay. So now let me go do that. So I've moved on to the next one. Whoops. Let's get rid of that. Sync columns, missing indexes. Let's get rid of a couple of these prints. Let's do that. And if we go down here, okay, and now we're going to get our SQL. So we should see that there's going to be a bunch missing. So also on index, we have on address, we have this one. So now we should see if we create this. Oh, if I create it right, then next time through, I'm going to see nothing in address. So it's now going to run through all of them. And if I don't quit, I am going to not sync my rows because that's going to take a second. I'm not going to sync my columns. Yeah, let's just do a quit right here just to be safe. So I'm going to go through and fix all the indexes. So now it's creating all those indexes, but now I've got a duplicate. So I've got an issue, because I've got a duplicate name. So we're going to have to look into that one. And that'll be what we take care of next time. So go out there and have yourself a great day, a great week, and we will talk to you next time.